Hey everyone, welcome back once again to another exciting episode of our podcast. I'm Jake, and I'm super excited.
And I'm Lena. We're really happy and grateful to have you all here with us today.
If you're looking for a fun way to improve your English listening skills while enjoying a completely natural and engaging conversation, you're definitely in the right place today.
We truly promise that if you stay with us all the way until the very end, you'll significantly boost your vocabulary and listening skills in the most enjoyable and effortless way possible.
So, no time to waste on unnecessary details. Let's jump right into today's very important topic without any delay.
Jake, have you ever felt completely overwhelmed and exhausted by too much stress in your daily life?
Oh, absolutely. There have been many times in my life when I felt like I had way too much on my plate, and honestly, I didn't even know how to properly handle it. What about you, Lena?
Same here. I used to get incredibly anxious about strict deadlines, big responsibilities, and even unpredictable things that I had absolutely no control over. But over time, with experience, I learned some great and effective ways to manage stress in a healthier way.
That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. How to properly handle stress and anxiety in a much healthier and more effective way. So, Lena, what's the very first thing that usually helps you whenever you start feeling too stressed?
Definitely breathing exercises. Taking slow, deep, and controlled breaths can really help calm both the nervous system and the racing mind. When I feel anxious and overwhelmed, I always take a moment to pause, take a deep breath in, and then slowly exhale it all out. It truly makes a huge and noticeable difference.
That's such a great and useful tip. I've also personally noticed that doing some kind of exercise really helps me a lot. Even just taking a short walk outside in fresh air can completely clear my mind and make me feel so much better.
Oh, definitely. Moving your body regularly releases endorphins, which are like natural mood boosters and stress relievers. Another thing that always helps me feel better is journaling. Writing down my thoughts and emotions really helps me process my feelings more clearly.
That's actually really interesting. I've personally never tried journaling before, but I do like having an open conversation and talking to a close friend whenever I'm feeling too stressed. Just sharing my thoughts and worries with someone who actually listens and understands me always makes me feel a lot lighter and more relieved.
Yes, exactly. Talking to someone who truly understands and supports you is so incredibly powerful and therapeutic. And another big one, avoiding too much caffeine during stressful times. Drinking excessive amounts of coffee can actually make anxiety much worse instead of helping.
That's so true. I absolutely love drinking coffee, but I've noticed that when I drink too much, I start feeling even more anxious and restless. It's really important to know and respect our own limits.
Exactly. And lastly, taking intentional breaks when needed. Sometimes just stepping away from overwhelming work and responsibilities for a little while and allowing yourself to relax can completely reset your mind and energy.
These are all such amazing and practical tips. The key takeaway is to experiment and find what really works best for you personally, and then make it a consistent habit in your daily routine.
Jake, have you ever noticed how the people around you influence your mindset and motivation? It's something I didn't realize until I started paying attention to how different groups of people affected my energy and confidence. Some people inspire me to work harder, while others make me doubt myself.
Oh, absolutely. The people we spend time with can either push us forward or hold us back. I've experienced both sides of this, and I can say that the difference is huge. When I'm around positive, ambitious people, I feel like I can achieve anything. But when I'm surrounded by negativity, it's much harder to stay motivated and focused.
Same here. When I'm around motivated, hardworking people, I feel inspired to do better. Their energy is contagious, and it makes me want to push myself beyond my limits. But when I'm around people who constantly complain or make excuses, I find myself falling into that same negative mindset. It's like their habits start rubbing off on me.
That's because our social environment shapes our thoughts, habits, and even our confidence. If you constantly hear, "You can't do it," you might start believing it. But if people around you are saying, "You've got this, keep going," it changes everything. I used to underestimate myself until I started surrounding myself with supportive and driven people.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to choose our social circle wisely. The right people lift you up and support your growth. They challenge you, push you to do better, and celebrate your achievements. But the wrong crowd can hold you back, making you feel stuck in the same place for years.
I once had a friend who was super ambitious. Just being around him made me more disciplined and focused on my goals. He was always learning new things, setting goals, and pushing himself beyond his comfort zone. Eventually, I started doing the same without even realizing it, and it completely changed my life.
That's a great example. I also had a mentor who completely changed my perspective on success. She believed in me even when I doubted myself. Just knowing that someone had faith in me helped me push through my struggles and stay committed to my goals.
Having supportive friends, mentors, or colleagues can make all the difference. But what if someone realizes they're in a negative environment? That's a tough situation, because not everyone has the option to simply walk away from toxic influences. But there are always steps you can take to improve your surroundings.
Good question. First, become aware of how certain people affect you. If someone constantly brings you down, limit your time with them. You don't have to cut them off completely, but reducing their influence on your life can help you protect your mindset.
And seek out people who inspire you. Join groups, attend events, or even follow successful people online to stay motivated. If you can't change your physical environment right away, you can at least change what you consume. Books, podcasts, and videos from inspiring people can make a big impact.
Exactly. Surround yourself with people who encourage you to grow, challenge you, and celebrate your success. Sometimes, just having one positive person in your life can make a huge difference. And if you don't have that person yet, be that person for yourself.
Your environment can either help you achieve your dreams or keep you stuck. It's up to you to create a space where you can thrive and become the best version of yourself. So, take a look at the people around you and ask yourself, are they helping you grow or are they holding you back?
Jake, have you ever felt like there just aren't enough hours in the day to get everything done? I swear, sometimes I look at my to-do list and feel completely overwhelmed. No matter how hard I try, there's always something left, unfinished. It's frustrating because I know I'm working hard, but it feels like I'm running in circles. I wish I had a better way to stay on top of everything without feeling exhausted. Have you ever struggled with this?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. There are days when I feel like I've been busy all day, but somehow I haven't really accomplished anything important. It's frustrating because I know I could be using my time more efficiently. Sometimes I catch myself spending too much time on unimportant tasks, while the really crucial ones keep getting pushed back. I used to think multitasking was the solution, but I realized it actually made me less productive. Finding the right balance is really tricky.
That's why time management is such a valuable skill. If we don't control our time, it controls us. And honestly, I think a lot of people struggle with this because they don't even realize where their time is going. It's so easy to fall into the habit of procrastinating or getting distracted by small things. Before you know it, an entire day is gone, and you wonder where all the time went. I think most of us could benefit from being more intentional with how we use our time.
Absolutely. One thing that helped me was tracking how I spent my time for a few days. I wrote down everything I did, from work to social media scrolling, and it was shocking. I didn't realize how much time I was wasting on unimportant things. Just 5 minutes on my phone could easily turn into 30 without me even noticing. It made me realize that I needed to take control of my habits instead of letting them control me.
That's a great idea. When I started paying attention to how I used my time, I realized that small distractions added up. Checking my phone for just a second could turn into 20 minutes without me even noticing. And sometimes, those distractions break my focus so badly that it takes even longer to get back on track. It's like my brain has to restart every time I lose concentration. That's why I've started using some simple but effective techniques to stay focused.
Right? That's why setting priorities is so important. If you don't decide what's important ahead of time, you'll end up spending your energy on things that don't really matter. Do you use any specific methods to manage your time better? I know there are so many different strategies out there, but not everything works for everyone. Finding the right system is really about understanding how your brain works and what keeps you motivated.
Yes, I love using the Pomodoro technique. I set a timer for 25 minutes, work with full focus, then take a short break. It keeps me productive without feeling overwhelmed. Plus, knowing that a break is coming helps me stay motivated during those 25 minutes. It's a simple trick, but it really works.
I've tried that too, and it really helps. Another thing I do is plan my day the night before. Just having a simple to-do list makes it easier to stay on track. I find that when I wake up and already know what I need to do, I waste less time deciding where to start. It also helps me sleep better because I don't stress about forgetting important tasks.
That's a great habit. Also, I've noticed that saying no to unnecessary tasks is just as important as scheduling the right ones. If we say yes to everything, we won't have time for what truly matters. It took me a long time to realize that being busy isn't the same as being productive. Just because my schedule is full doesn't mean I'm using my time wisely. Learning to set boundaries has helped me focus on what really moves me forward.
That's so true. People often think being busy means being productive, but that's not always the case. Sometimes working smarter is better than working harder. It's about finding ways to do things more efficiently, not just putting in more hours. After all, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's how we use them that makes the difference. Do you think you've gotten better at managing your time over the years?
Definitely. I'm not perfect at it, but I've learned a lot about what works for me. I've realized that having a morning routine really helps set the tone for the rest of the day. When I start my day with a clear plan, everything flows more smoothly. And when I don't, I find myself reacting to things instead of taking control of my schedule. Time management is a skill that takes practice, but every little improvement makes a big difference.
Well said. If we manage our time well, we can achieve more while feeling less stressed. And the best part? It gives us more time to enjoy life rather than always feeling like we're racing against the clock.
Now, we'd absolutely love to hear from you, our amazing listeners. What are some things that you personally do when you start feeling too stressed or anxious? Share your thoughts and ideas with us in the comments below.
And don't forget to check out the description below. We have a specially curated playlist filled with more useful and insightful episodes for you to explore and learn from.
If you found this episode valuable or helpful in any way, please give this video a big like and subscribe to our channel for even more great content.
Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. It truly means the absolute world to us, and we deeply appreciate each and every one of you.
See you all in our next exciting episode. Take care, stay positive, and always remember to be kind to yourself.